Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I've gotten so many requests on how to reduce or resize your full lace cap for it to be able to enter your child. So I want to make a wig for a 4-year-old child, and this I'll be resizing this full lace, okay, so that it will be able to size the child. So the materials we'll be using is definitely your full lace cap. We'll be needing a scissors and a tape, measuring tape. We'll be using your needle. We'll be using your transparent thread. We'll be using razor blade and then your cap. So let's get started. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, please kindly watch to the end of this video. So first of all, what you do is to lose the cap around the ear side, the two sides that the cap was sewed down. That's where you will lose on both sides, okay, because we will be resizing this cap from the beginning. So I have a detailed video on how I sewed a full lace cap using needle and thread. So in case you do not understand this video very well or perfectly well, please do go watch that video. I'll be dropping the link on the description box, and then you can go check it out. But if you understand what I'm doing here, just watch and pay attention to the video, okay? So if you notice, I am not losing everything, okay? This is where I have lost. This is the part I lose the front, the back, and a little bit of the middle side, okay? So I'm trying to measure the front of the lace, okay? This is the front part of the lace, and it's 13 inches right there, or 12 and a half precisely. It's not really up to 13 inches. So what I'm looking for is a 9 inches. So whenever you want to reduce this hair, this lace, please make sure that you measure the baby's hair size, especially the circumference of the child, or the ear to ear of the child. So right here, the child is not with me. The child is in Cameroon, but I figured out her head size will be 9 inches on the ear to ear part. So I first of all measured out the middle of the hair, and then 13 minus 9 should be 4. Okay, so I'll have to cut out at least 4 inches out of the hair, the lace. That's the front part we are talking about right now. Okay, so what I did was measure out the middle, then went to the sides and measure out for 2 inches each, which is making it 4. Okay, now I'll bring out ½ inch that will be sewn as allowance. That will be, that's there, this is the place I will be sewing. That's what I mean. So bring out like ½ inches for the allowance, okay, or for the sewing allowance. If it's for tailors, that's what they call it, sewing allowance. So everything now will be 9 plus half, that's 10 inches, okay? So I went back to the back of the lace. I went to the back of the lace to bring out 1 inches each. So the back of the lace was 10 inches, and I brought out 1 inches each, which will remain 8 inches. So definitely the circumference of her hair will be 9 plus 8, that is 15 inches. Okay, so this is approximately the circumference of a baby girl, like from, let's say, 1 to 3 4 years. Okay, so they if they come in age, you'll be getting something like 19 as. So having measured it out, so I'll be cutting out the places I marked to be cut out. Okay, remember this front was 9 inches, and then you bring out half inch by the side. That will make it 10 inches. Okay, so when I'm cutting it in a curve method. Okay, then the back is a straight method. So after cutting it, the next thing I'll be doing is to start sewing. Another place I'll be cutting down is the middle of that's the crown part. Okay, here I didn't have her measurement, but then I just cut it out because I know definitely it would be too big if I do not cut it. Okay, I didn't have her measurement and I did not check. Okay, I just did that one on instinct. Okay, because I've been doing it and it's been working. But normally, if you want to get a correct measurement, make sure that you measure every part of the baby's head. Okay, if you want me to do a video on how to measure your baby's head, please let me know in the comment section and I will do a video on that. So what I'm using to sew this is my needle and the transparent thread, and I'm trying to sew it back the way I loosed it. Okay, starting from the front of the hair, the front of the lace, I'll be sewing down that part of the front and then the middle part together. Okay, then before going ahead to join the back to the front. Okay. If you notice, what I just sewed is the front to the middle part. Okay, so now this is the back. I'm trying to connect to the middle. Okay, the back is something like a T shape, so I'm trying to connect it to the middle, and the back of the lace is on top of the one in the middle. Okay, are you getting me? So I'll first use a pin to try to hold it down before sewing it. Also note that I'll be sewing this 2 times, because I'll sew the first part and come back and sew the other, sew it back again for it to be able to be strong. And also I make sure that the front and the back side is the same measurement. Okay, I'll make sure that one is not above one, or one is not more than one or shorter than the other one. So I was done sewing the first part, so I went to the second part of the hair, the lace. And this part now, I want to sew it with a normal thread, okay, to see how it will look, because I have not sewn with a normal thread before, because the main needle I used to sew with the transparent lace, I lost it, so I had to use the big needle, and it was giving me issues. Okay, the normal needle I use for this, the sewing the transparent part, the transparent thread is always the. So I try sewing it with a normal thread. So I think here you even see how the thread goes, so that you see how I sew down the lace. Okay, so I also start the same way I started the other one, sewing down the middle and the front part first. Okay, after which I'll sew the back to the middle and connect it together. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm doing, as you can see. So what I'm doing now is I'll sew one side. I make sure I sew the outer part of the lace, and then go back to sew the other side. Okay, remember I left half inch, so I'll be sewing down all the half inch, not once, but I'll sew the like, let me say, like the mouth of the lace, and go back and sew the other mouth of the lace. I don't know if you're getting me. So I'm done sewing the other part, that's the front to the middle. So I'm trying to sew the middle to the back. That is what I'm doing here. Please note where the back is. The back is where the what is it called, the band is. That's the back of the lace. The lace is where the back is, where the band of the lace is. So I'm trying to sew down the back and the crown. Okay, if you watch that my video, I told you I sew a full lace cap. you will understand what I am trying to say, because this full lace has like three parts. It has the front, it has the back, and it has the crown, which is the middle part. Okay, I will drop that video on the description box so that you understand exactly what I'm doing here. Okay, you're more understandable, especially if you know the parts of this lace. Okay, so what I'm trying to do now is sew the back and the middle together. That video I made it, I think 2 or 3 years ago, when full laces were not this rampant. Okay, then it was not easy for us to get full lace cap, so I had to improvise a way to sew it down. So that's the video I'll be putting down on the description box so that you can go and know the parts, so that you will know exactly the parts I am sewing or holding down. Okay, so I'm done sewing the middle together, on as in the part that I loosed. So now I'll be sewing down that T part to the crown, or to the middle part of it. Okay, so I'm done sewing the T part to the middle. So I'll now connect the back and the what, the front together. Okay, so like I said in earlier before, I'll sew it twice, connect the mouth of this lace to the other side, and then go back and sew it the second time. Now you ask the reason why I use needle and not machine to sew this. First of all, because of the hair is already been ventilated. Okay, you can likely use machine when it's not ventilated, because when you use machine for this, the hairs will disturb you. But if you have a way of maneuvering it, no problem, you can use a machine. Okay, so for now I use my hands because of the hair, so that while sewing it will not disturb me. Okay, so this part now, what I'm trying to do is optional. Okay, depending on the hair size of your baby, but I'm trying to make sure that the band is very tight on the baby's head, so that it will not be pulling out. Okay, so I'm trying to make it like a glueless wig. So if you've watched my previous videos of where I install my children wigs, I don't like using glue on kids. Okay, I prefer the hair to be a little bit tight on them, so that it will not be pulling out. So I'm trying to make it glueless. I dropped a video this week on how to make your lace glueless, I think for an adult. So you can go watch that video if you do not understand this one. So what I'm doing is just trying to pull the band together to a certain level, and then sew it down to the lace. That's just all I did here. I think it's more concise in the one I did as the jumbo braid I did earlier this week, and I posted it this week. I'll also drop the link of that video on my description box, so that you can go watch it too and understand what I'm doing right here. Okay, this is not something that you rush, because If you rush it, you might make mistake in especially the measurements and the sewing. Okay, you have to cool down and understand what you're doing before you go into it and or start making them. So I was done here sewing the cap and trying to fit it on a long neck mannequin, because this mannequin has the smallest head size. Okay, so I'm trying to fit it in here to see how it will fit in the hair, to see if it will pull in case a baby of like 1 year 2 years wears it. Okay, this is the hair I made with the cap, and I'll be dropping the link on the description box. Thank you, see you in my next video. Bye. If this is what so if this is